As I look at 3.9 problem set, there's a couple there that I think might be good to go over with you. Don't want you to get lost and discouraged too early in the game, so let's do a few of these just to kind of make sure you're getting what's happening. Let's look at number 40. 3 plus 5 over 2. I'm on page 240. Over 5, 6 plus a quarter. Okay? So what we're going to do there is we're going to combine these here real quickly, because when we have a whole number added to a fraction, we could actually write that as 3 and 5/2. Problem we run into is the 5 is larger than the 2, so it actually needs to change to 3 plus 2 and 1/2. And then this is going to change. We're going to have to find common denominators of 6 and 4. 6 reduces to 2 times 3. 4 reduces to 2 times 2. 2 2s, 1 3. My common denominator, therefore, is 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. So what did I have to multiply by the 6 to get a 12? A 2. So I multiply the 5 times 2. And this I had to multiply times 3 to get a 12. So I multiply the top. So I end up with 5 and 1/2 on top over 13 over 12 on the bottom. That being the case, can't do anything with this until I change that to an improper fraction of 11 over 2. Now that can be over 13 over 12. And because we've got a complex fraction, we can write this as 11/2 times, flip it over, and that looks a lot better. We can also change this 12, instead of a 12, to a 2 times 2 times 3, so that we can get rid of one of those 2's by dividing through. So now we have 11 times 2 times 3, or 11 times 6, which is 66 over 13. And when we do our division, our 66 over 13, we get 13 into 66. 13 goes into 66, 2, 3, 4 times. Let's see what we get here. 12, carry the 1, 4, 5. Okay, 6 minus 3 is 4. See, our number here is larger than this, so that means that it goes into it 5 times instead of 4 times. 15, carry the 1, 5, 6 with 1 left over. So 5 and 1/13 ends up being our answer for number 40. Alright, let's try one more. Let's look at one like, well, let's do 52. That one looks like a pretty scraggly one there. 3 and 4/5 minus 1 and 9/10. And we're going to put that all over 6 and 5/6 minus 2 and 3/4. Alright, so first of all, let's go ahead and find common denominators. Our 3 and 4/5, in fact, let's do the top part over here and the bottom part over there. So we're going to do this vertically. 3 and 4/5 minus 1 and 9/10. These need to have common denominators. Obviously 5 and 10, so 10 is the common denominator, so this will stay the same. Nothing changes there. This will change to a 3 and 8 over 10. Okay? So we multiplied 5 times 2 to get a 10, 4 times 2 to get an 8. Now we still have our 8, which is smaller than this. Does not help us at all. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to borrow from this 3. So this 3 becomes 3 plus 1 and 8/10. So that being the case, now we have to change this to an improper fraction. So 1 times 10 is 10, plus 8 is 18/10. So this is 3 and 18/10. Once we borrowed 1 from this 3. So we had 3 and we borrowed 1, so this became 1 and 8/10. We changed it to a an improper fraction, which gave us 18/10. And then our bottom, we didn't do anything to, like normal. We subtract, and we have 9/10 on the bottom. 3 minus 1 is 2. So all that work to give us 2 and 9/10 on the top. Okay, so we're done with the top. Now we go to the bottom. 6 and 5/6 minus 2 and 3/4. So in this case, we have to, again, find common denominators. 6, common denominator is 12. 6 times 2 is 12, so 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 3 is 12, and 4 times 3, I got 12. 3 times 3 is 9. Let's leave my 2 there. Fortunately, my top number is larger, so I don't have to do anything. So 6 minus 2 is 4. 10 minus 9 is 1. So this is my denominator. Alright. So after all that work, I got rid of my multiple fractions in the numerator and the denominator, and now I have this. So I changed this to improper fractions. 29 over 10 all over. 4 times 12 is 48. 49 over 12. And that changes to, I'm going to have to do it up here on top, changes to 29 over 10 times 12 over 49. 29 is a prime number. You can't do anything with that. 49, 7 times 7 is 49, but I don't see any multiples up here that I can, or factors of 7 in here. But I do have 29 times 2 times 2 times 3 for my 12, and my 10, 2 times 10, so I can cross my 2's out, which leaves me 29 times 2 times 3 over 10 times 9, and going from there, I'm going to end up with a pretty large number, but I'll leave that to you to figure out. Now, if you look at number 52 again, you'll notice that we've got a bunch of fractions there. If we change all of those fractions to improper fractions, so 3 and 4/5 we could change to 19/5, and our 1 and 9/10 we can change to 19/10, and that's over 6 and 5/6, which would be 3641 over 6. Minus 2 and 3/4, which would be 8/11/4. So if you have them in that format, then you could find the common denominator of 5, 10, 6, and 4 and multiply the entire top and the entire bottom by that common denominator, and that would get rid of all of your fractions and life would be good. Well, 10, 4, 6, and 5. Finding the prime factors of that, well, 5 is a prime number, so that's good. Your 10 is going to be 2 times 5. Your 4 is going to be 2 times 2, and your 6 is going to be 2 times 3. So my 2 occurs the most here, my 5 occurs the most here, my 3 occurs the most here. So if you multiply what I've circled, 5 times 4 is 20 times 3 is 60. So if you multiply this whole thing times 60 and this by 60, your fractions will go away forever, and then you're just dealing with whole numbers and makes it a lot easier. So either way, it works. Problem set 3.9. We're done.